Robinson Crusoe, his ship had been destroyed by the sea. Okay, and he was very alone in an island. Okay, that means there were no one. Okay, to company with him in that island. So one day he discovers a footprint on the sand. Okay, in on that island. One day he found a footprint. Okay, he did not know who is that and whose footprint is that, but he found that when he found that he was very alone. But whose footprint was that he found on that island. Okay, let's read. One day when I was going towards my boat, I was surprised to see the footprint of a man on the sand. When Robinson Crusoe was repairing his boat, which was destroyed by the sea. When he was going towards his boat, what happened? He was surprised to see the footprint of a man. Why he surprised? If we find a footprint on the road of us, okay, we will not surprise, because so many people are going and traveling in front of our home. Okay, so we will not surprise, but Robinson Crusoe was surprised. Why? Because that island was alone, and in that island no one is there except him. So whose footprint can be come there? Okay, so he was stood amazed. He became amazed due to see, okay, the footprint of a man. I listened, I look around me. I could neither hear nor see anything. Robinson Crusoe did not find anything, did not see, he could not see anything, he could not listen anything, but he found that footprint. I went off the shore and down the shore. He go to the higher position and come to the lower position to see who is there, who was there. Because after finding the footprint, he become amazed and go for finding who is it, who was it in that island. Okay, what happened then? Uh, I went to it again to see if there were any more footprints, and to tell if it had been my imagination. Okay, he again go to that place. Okay, and he also travel for some more way to find, was there any more footprints of that man, okay, in that island, but he found nothing. Hmm. But I was not mistaken, for there was exactly the print of a foot. Okay, he was not mistaken. He said that he was not mistaken. He found that there is exactly a footprint of a human beings. Like a human beings that has a toe, that has heel, every part of a foot there was. I could not imagine how it came here. Okay, he wondered that there were nobody else him, nobody except him, but whose footprint it can be? It was a real footprint, but no one is there. I stayed a long time thinking, but became more and more confused. He stayed there for more time, because he was investigating that if there was anybody else on that island except him, that one is traveling there. Why, if we what is that, if we go out from our home at night, if there is nobody on the road, there was nobody at a home, if a small sound came, what happened? We fear. Yes, we are frightened that who is there. Okay, like that Robinson Crusoe was very confused, because there was nobody else him. At last I returned home very frightened. He was very frightened, because there was no one except him, but when he found the footprint, he was very frightened. He was very feared that if there was any savages looking behind me after every 2 or 3 steps, mistaking every bush and tree to be a man, because what is that, image of a human being had been come to his mind after seeing that food. So he mistaken the tree, mistaken the bush as to be a man. When I came to my cave, cave means where he lived, which he was calling his castle. I ran inside it as if I was being chased. I do not remember whether I used the ladder or went in by hole in the rock. Okay, he could not remember how he came inside the cave because he was very frightened. And when we are frightened, if there is a tiger in front of you and there is a tree, okay, which has no branches, you can climb that tree because of the fear. After seeing the tiger, okay, you want to save your life from that. Yes, you want to save your life from the tiger. So at that time your body becomes what? Your body becomes very free, very much free, than you climbed up the tree very easily. So the Robinson Crusoe did not remember how he got into the cave, okay, by the ladder or by the hole of the rock. When I called the door, I ran for cover faster than any animal could run. Okay, which animal run very fast? We know that the reindeer, okay, runs very fast. Okay, and here Robinson Crusoe says that he ran as fast as a reindeer. Okay, I did not sleep that night because a very fearful moment or fearful image is there in his mind, so that he could not sleep at that night. The more I thought about what I had seen, the more afraid I became. Okay, the more he thought, the more afraid he became. I thought it could be one of the savages of the mainland who had wandered out to the sea in a small boat. Luckily, I was not on shore at that time. But what if I had seen my boat? He thought that any savages come there. Okay, who savages means the type of person who killed and eat the flesh of human beings. Okay, so he wondered. Okay, he thought that savages, okay, came here to kill him and eat of him. Okay, and he thought that the savages did not see him. Okay, so that he was very what is that, safe from that savage. Okay, but he thought again that if he had seen my boat, what would I do? What happened then? If he had seen my boat, would have realized that someone lived on this island and would soon return with others to kill and eat me. Okay, he will what will he do? He will come again to me and eat up me. And so I lay fearful for many days and prayed for protection. For many days he did not go out from the cave. He what is the became jail in that cave. Okay, he became what is that, in that cave he lived for many days due to the fearness of the savages. In doing so, I was much comforted and began going out to investigate. After some days, he became free because there was no more any savages, he thought, and he went out for traveling and investigating about whose footprint that was. Because he also, when he was going towards that way, he what is that, saw his front, back, right, left, because a fearful image also at that time in his mind. Okay, uh, however, as I went about for 2 or 3 days, I saw nothing. I become a little bolder. I decided to go down to the shore again and examine the footprint once more. I decided to measure it with my own footmark. He decided to measure that footprint with his footprint because what is that? Perhaps he mistaken that that footprint was his, but he thought it is the footprint of a savage. Okay, as I came closer to the footprint, he went to that footprint, and he investigate about that. I realized that it could not be my footprint. Then he realized that after a practical experiment, he realized that that footprint is not belongs to him, because that was what, uh, that he had not come to that part of the sea. Okay, for a long time. For a long time he had not gone to that part of sea. Secondly, as I placed my foot alongside that footprint, it seemed larger than my own. It also very much larger than the foot of the what speaker, and the speaker is who? The speaker is Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe is saying that that footprint was very much larger than me. My fear returned. Okay, after seeing this, after what is that, comparing these two things, the fear returned, because that was not the footprint of the Robinson Crusoe, nor other animals. Okay, that was the footprint of another man who was a savage. I went home again. It seemed I went home again, believing that there was someone. Okay, he went home, okay, with full of fear, with full of frightening things or frightening images. Okay, that he fully, okay, confident that his confused what his confusement gone, and he finally, okay, got a final point that there was someone else, okay, than him. Okay, this island was inhabited. There was no one in that island except Robinson Crusoe. So he finally got realized that there was someone else than him. Okay, so this story is adapted from Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. Daniel Defoe has written this book. The book name is Robinson Crusoe, and this is the part which we discussed now. And the part name is Discovers a Footprint. Discovery of a footprint by Robinson Crusoe is described here. Okay, so thank you.